Hello. I'm on time today. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for coming to my stream. Today, we're going to start kicking off our topic for this week, which is European, like, monarchy and like, medieval era stuff. So, hopefully, the games we're going to play are interesting, or at the very least, we get to learn a little bit more at that. Hi, Maddie! Hello, Cyrodiil. Yeah, sorry about the break there. I had some health stuff from hanging around in the lab too long. I got like a weird skin condition, and then I got some a weird cough, and we don't know like what the origin is. I've dug through all the science papers. I've done everything I can, but I seem to be getting better, and I'll be doing more streams hopefully coming up. I'm just very excited to start talking about this topic. I feel that for medieval things, it's kind of a common thing in fantasy to see a lot of it. So the games we have focused for this week are a little bit more like real rather than pure dragon and stuff like that. Oh, for sure, completely understandable and glad to see. Yeah, it's been clearing up a little bit better. Um, I'm still. I've lived here on I've lived here on Earth for quite a while, but I still get little irritable things now and again. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you for coming to kind of a later stream. Let me actually switch over to here. What? Don't look. Do not look behind the curtain. Good. That's good to hear. Is it ever annoying if I cover my thing? You wanna learn some new stuff? Yes, let's learn some stuff about knights. Oh, so this week, it's a very special week. This Saturday, we have a special guest, Corpse House, coming from Twitter, as Mark Hardy to talk a little bit more about, um, medieval topics. They are like a super scholar in it. They have some stuff coming out about it, but I'm just very excited for them to be on. They're such a good resource for that kind of thing, and they've been writing a lot of stuff on their own for their own like fantasy works concerning medieval history. So if you ever have like a specific question about it, they're the right person to go to. Let me see if I can set everything up here. The trebuchet. I would also love to learn about the trebuchet. I was so I'm sure you've all been playing Elden Ring. I did sneak a copy down here, even even a couple miles underground, and it's been kind of addicting to play. So that got me thinking a lot about fantasy. And I didn't want to play Elden Ring on stream because it's kind of a game that's best to be enjoyed on your own. I've been having so much fun with it. It's really made me think a lot about games and how like the joy of discovery in a game is often the most fun. Let's see. I am doing some cute drawings for it. Actually, can I show you my guy's drawing? Do you guys want to see some art? Let me pull some stuff up here. In 3 years? Oh, can you not get it? Or do you have like a kind of a slower computer? Because that's completely understandable. This game is graphically super wild, even with some of the high end stuff that I got. After all, this isn't Science Lab. There's another indie dev. Oh, no job. Understandable. Yeah. If you I think there might be like what's the word? There might be sales coming soon. I know it just like came out, but I feel like that kind of game's gonna get so popular that it's gonna be one of the major things as part of sales. Like I know GTA got a lot of sales when it got popular enough. Or maybe like a discount, who knows. I haven't yet, but there's another indie dev that's coming out with their own From Software inspired fantasy game. Ooh, who? I'd love to know. Let's see if I can do some sharing here. Okay, let's see. So I'm doing some art. Let's spread this out a little bit. Actually, no, let's keep it like that. I'm actually doing some art right now of the characters in Elden Ring. Um, this is me. I love this guy's helmet. I love the gargoyle helmet so much. I don't feel like I've got enough of a fit yet. To like really. Yeah, here's me. I did find this crystal sword. This is my favorite weapon in the game. The gargoyle helmet. I got so lucky. We were doing a. I have a few other lab experiments that I like to play. Whether or not they'll show up on stream, of course, is yet to be known. But for this one, we were playing against, or not fighting. We were fighting the boss with. It's like the two dogs with the. There's like a scepter and a sword. It's by Khaled's Erdtree. Ugh, they were so difficult. It's a very difficult boss to play on your own. If you're trying to do like 2 or 3 person run, it's so much easier because one of them can distract them. Because basically, it's like I actually, you know what? I don't want to spoil it, but it's really cool, and I kind of love the creature designs for that as well. They're like old, like I don't want to say cave painting. What's the word? Like I kept saying it was Mesopotamic or like ancient Paleolithic kind of what's the Byzantine? Like it's very old, like sculpture of these dogs. Um, it's basically very weird looking. It's like a big abstraction of it, and they've got little crowns, and they just move so strangely. They bonk you on the head when you when you get hit. They're very frustrating, but they're like my favorite design in the game so far. They're just very bizarre. I like the bizarre stuff. Yeah, this is my character. This is another. We're gonna hopefully have a whole crew out soon. I'm definitely going faith build, or I guess intelligence build, sorcery. I really like the sorcery. Um, Big fan of fire. I've got all the fire spells so far. Thank you. We do be dressing. Blah. Yeah, that's that's art for today. But now let's get to some learning here. So I've got 3 videos today, to kind of cover the game we're playing. I don't know anything about this game. I'm very excited to Faction Souls. Whatever I can get, Faction Souls is like 45% of my game. Absolutely, I'm a big Bloodborne fan. I love Bloodborne so much, and you don't even know. Like the fashion in that game was probably one of my favorite. Everyone knew the choir outfit was the best. I'm rotating the concept of a wolf master lady for Elden Ring in my mind until I get it. Rotate it in 3D. I am rotating the image in my mind. Wolf master. There's a great wolf character in that game. But there's a really fun secret way to find him. The apple is pictured. The apple is rotating in my mind. Maybe, maybe, sorry, froze up there. Maybe in the future, if I decide to come back to Elden Ring as like a second playthrough, like probably a very long time from now, I love to play it because it's just so fun. But also, I don't know, the first time you play a game is all about the experience of discovering it, right? Oh. So maybe the second time won't be as fun. But I also love Bloodborne. I'm willing to play that 1,000 times a day. I'm still getting used to streaming again. Sorry about that long break. That was way too long. I anticipated doing like a couple more streams that week, but stuff happens, life happens, sunrise, sunset, nothing matters. So why don't we get started into learning some stuff? So yeah, we have 3 videos today because on Saturday we'll be having a special guest, and they'll probably give a little bit more detail and like a better selection of videos. So these are kind of shorter ones. So since we're doing since we're doing a focus on knights for this game, let's learn about medieval knights. Also, again, as always, tell me the audio in these things. Let me know if it's okay.
Medieval knight. The medieval knight originates back to the Frankish ruler Charlemagne in the 8th century. He required soldiers mounted on horseback to fight across his vast empire. In exchange for their service, they were awarded land, called benefices. Soon
benefits? Dental benefits?
Serving the king in exchange for land and property, known as fiefs.
There's also no captions for this one, I'm sorry.
By the 11th century, knights were
Everything sound good?
recognized as a prestigious warrior class, and the knights' role in the crusades against Muslim control of the Holy Land further developed their purpose and role into defenders of the Christian faith and church. Training.
A twinge quiet? Let's see.
The path to knighthood started at the age of 7. A boy born of nobility was sent to a castle as a
How's that?
page, and at age 14, he became a squire. He would train in combat with
Perfect.
a sword
Okay,
and
cool.
lance, how to ride a horse, hunting, taking care of armor, chivalry, tournaments, and warfare.
Squires.
As a squire, he could go into battle as an assistant to a knight, and at age 21, they could be knighted during an elaborate ceremony called the Accolade, therefore becoming a full knight themselves. Chivalry.
I don't know if I'd be a good knight.
Knights followed a code of behavior called chivalry, modeled on Christian virtues. Such principles included a vow to protect the weak and poor, honor women, never lie, show bravery, and to defend the church and king. The chivalric code also ensured respect between fellow knights. If an opposing knight surrendered during warfare, he could expect to be treated well as a prisoner for ransom.
Oh, nice.
Some knights would go on to join elite religious military orders, such as the
Chivalry
Templars,
Timbers.
Hospitallers, and the Teutonic Knights, while others motivated by money became mercenaries.
Ah.
Weapons and armor.
Sword. Big
The
sword.
invention of the stirrup had made it possible for mounted warriors
Wait, so
to
what did they
charge
ride
at the
horses
enemy
before if they didn't have
effectively.
stirrups?
Knights wore expensive tailor-made metal armor. Early armor was a coat of chainmail called the hauberk, which later
Hauberk.
developed into sections of plate armor added to it, protecting arms, shoulders, and the legs,
Oh,
until eventually full plate armor
There you
came
go.
about, protecting the entire body. The knight could also carry a shield made of wood or
Dodge
metal
roll.
to block
Do you guys know
attacks,
I've been heavy rolling and
The
I didn't
knight's
know it for the
helmet protected
longest
the head.
time.
and could feature a
In
liftable
Elden
hinged
Ring.
visor,
Not in
which
real life.
protected
I'm
the
very
face and offered good airflow. While plate armor protected the knights from enemy swords and hammers, it was heavy and limited mobility. Knights used a variety of close combat weapons, including swords, lances, maces, axes, and war hammers.
Can you imagine a
Combat.
warhammer coming at you across the field?
To
Ah.
keep their combat skills sharp when there was no wars to be fought, knights took part in tournaments. These tournaments were more like a sports event rather than military training, featuring mock battles and jousting in front of large crowds.
Can you
which a
imagine
knight
For
could
like
seek fame and
soldiers
fortune in.
today, if there was no
So that
war,
knights
they would
could
just
distinguish
participate
each
in
other,
like
they used personal
in
emblems
like
known as their coats of
WWE.
arms, displayed on their surcoats, shields, and standards. Because of the competitive nature of the tournaments, injuries and death were frequent to the extent
Oh,
that blunted
pog.
weapons were enforced by the 14th century.
massive
Paintball
airsoft
battlefield.
competition.
Seeing
The
warfare
world's
would be
greatest
popular
paintball
because of the
competition
development
starts
of
now.
fortified towns and castles, to the frustration of the knight and their fighting style. Discipline in battle
Well, it's a
was
lot of
often
people,
lacking,
right? Like, what
as
would be a
knights
good,
sometimes broke
just a
ranks to
big, what if
show
they
their
just
bravery.
pretended to be knights?
After the siege, they would pillage and slaughter the enemy population.
Have you
becoming
guys ever
rich
been to a
from the
Ren
looting
fair
that followed.
and seen jousting? It's
In
crazy.
a pitched battle, the knight was deadly, charging on horseback or on foot
I've never
against
been to
one
a Ren
another,
fair.
clashing in brutal
Because I've been in this
combat.
lab. But from what I
End
hear,
of
it's
the
quite
night.
fun.
From the end of the 15th century, new weapons such as the crossbow and gunpowder firearms and the rise of standing armies eventually
Standing
made the
armies?
role of the knight more
Were knights sitting
obsolete.
armies?
Subscribe for more history videos.
Subscribe for more history videos. Hang on, let me switch to our second one here. I haven't been to a Ren fair, but my elementary school did one yearly. That's so nice. That's so sweet. I love when that'd be lit. Can you imagine? Like you roll up to your elementary school and you're like 6 and someone's like, today you get to pretend to have a sword and be like a fantasy dragon and stuff like that. That'd be the best. I'd be very excited if that was my elementary school. Scholastic Ren Fair. Scholastic fairs. I hear those are very fun. I crave the Ren Fair turkey leg. I don't eat cows, but I do eat birds, and turkey legs sound so good. I want some mead. If I had some mead right now, I'd be drinking it in the spirit of this game. Maybe for Saturday. Drinking stream Saturday? Oh, so fun. It was combined K through 12, so it's funky too. I understand. So it's kind of like a preparatory kind of school, like combined everything. It's kind of like, would we equate that kind of Ren Fair carnival school day event to like a Matsuri in like a Japanese school? Because that's, can you imagine the exchange student that would see that in either situation? That's crazy.
Were the most feared warriors on
Oh,
the
you're
medieval
quiet, sir.
battlefield. They were highly trained, well armored, and with their trusty steed faster than any mere foot soldier.
This guy's so quiet.
Knights were at the top of the medieval social ladder and the subject
Oh,
of countless romances and fairy tales. But where did the knight come from, and what did a young man have to do
hello?
to become one?
sorry, my model. I seem to be bugging here.
The first individuals we
Stay
can
there.
reasonably call
Sorry about that.
knights were the mounted warriors hired by Charlemagne, the king of the Franks. in the
Charlemagne.
8th
Yep, we
century.
covered that before. I'm
These
here.
fighters were so important to Charlemagne's conquests that the knights were given large tracts of land
there we
for
go.
their service. This system of skilled warriors swearing fealty to a king or lord in return for land and later titles was the origin
Isn't-
of feudalism, the dominant political system of the
Feudalism.
European
That's
Middle
not
Ages.
fun. That's not
Once
cool.
the feudal system was cemented, becoming
This is
a
the
knight
narrator.
developed into a hereditary occupation. Not just anyone could become a knight. While there were some rare cases of commoners being knighted, most knights had to be born into nobility.
Really?
This was mainly
But isn't
because a knight
knighthood
had to
kind of like
acquire
a-
his own armor, weapons, and horses. Only the nobility could afford such things. A young boy destined
Hello,
for
welcome
knighthood
back.
would spend the first 7 years of his life in the care of his family, taught basic etiquette from his mother and other female family members. At the age of 7, he'd be turned over to a local lord to become a page.
Alcohol. Woo! Yes, if you got mead, you
Page
can
was
drink it.
essentially
Welcome
a
to the
servant
stream.
to a knight,
Drink if you're
lord, or nobleman.
21 plus or
Think of the
18
young
plus
boy
or
in
19 plus,
classic
whatever your country
Christmas
requires.
Carol, old King Wenceslas.
Hither, page, and stand by me, if thou knowest it tell.
Along with his responsibilities as a servant,
If I had alcohol,
Page
I'd
would
be
learn
drinking.
to
Or if I had
hunt,
mead at
take
the very
care of
least,
horses,
I'll
and in
definitely get some for
cases,
Saturday.
learn to read and write from the local chapel.
Can you guys ride
When he
horses?
got
I can ride a
older,
horse.
He may have even been trained in the basics of horse riding and swordsmanship, though
Horses
only
are
using
stinky.
wooden swords. At the age of 14, a page would graduate to a squire.
So it's like
The
kid,
squire
page,
was
squire. That's the
essentially a
Pokemon
knight in
evolution tree for
training,
knights.
Not relegated
that a
to doing
Pokemon?
menial
I feel like
tasks
Knights is a
around the
Pokemon.
castle anymore. The squire's main responsibility was to carry and care for the armor and weapons of a knight, as well as accompany a knight to battle, carrying the knight's supplies and
I
his
hope.
banner.
Do they not
Think
get
of
injured?
young Arthur from The Sword in the Stone, who at the time was a squire for Sir Kay.
Oh,
The squire continued his training from his time as a page, but would use real weapons and wear his own armor. They developed certain skills that all knights were expected to be
like
proficient
beating
in.
asses with big
These included
swords.
riding, swimming, shooting,
Swimming?
jousting, wrestling, fencing, and even dancing. Finally, at the age of 21, a squire was eligible. to
21 is
become a
kind of a
knight.
crazy age. Is that where the age of like being able
The
to
young
drink
man would
alcohol
be
comes
knighted
from?
in a ceremony called an accolade.
That is what dancing
The
looks like.
ceremony would usually take place during a
This is such a
seasonal
lovely
festival
painting.
like Christmas or
This is
Easter,
not as
or
much
even a wedding.
as
The
lovely.
squire would have a ritual bath the night before, followed by a night of prayer. On the day of the
A night of
ceremony, a
prayer?
squire would swear fealty to the lord or king, and the king would knight the squire by touching him on the shoulders with a sword, a practice most of us are probably familiar with.
But
The
why?
knight's main responsibility
know
was,
why
of
they do
course,
that.
on the battlefield. They were obligated to fight in the military campaigns of their lords and show bravery, professionalism, and chivalry. Chivalry is a complicated topic.
Is it?
It deserves a video of its own. But basically, chivalry was a code of conduct that knights followed on and off the battlefield. In the modern day, we think of chivalrous behavior as a way for men to act honorably towards women. And while that was part of medieval chivalry, it was only a fraction of what the code meant. But again, the whole subject is for another time.
Wasn't the Green
Lastly,
Knight all
during
about chivalrous
peacetime, knights were
code that he had
expected
to
to
stick
take
to
part in
or to pass?
tournaments.
Wow. Okay, tournaments.
Tournaments were designed to display a knight's skill as well as entertain the people of the court. The knights would ride around the castle grounds, parading their armor, heraldry, and banner, before taking part in the military games. The events in the tournament were called hastaludes. There were many such
Tournament art.
competitions, but here are 3 common ones. The melee, which was a
They have
free-for-all
melee?
duel between a large number of knights, whether whether on horseback or off. A toupenaire was a one-on-one duel, where clean hits to certain parts of the body would score points. And of course, there was the
Falco.
joust. The joust is the most well-known and most romanticized of the sports. It was
I've
fought
seen it.
between
It's
two
kind of
individuals on
I've
horseback
heard
holding
about it.
lances.
I
The
heard it, but it's
competitors would
quite
line up
crazy
across from one
to see
another, then charge
see it
each other,
happen.
hoping to knock the opponent off his horse using his lance. In the late Middle Ages,
That
the
jousting
joust
movie?
became the main event in the tournament.
I don't know. Oh, death.
When a knight
don't know if there's a
died,
jousting
whether on
movie
the
per
battlefield
se.
or off of it, they were given an honored burial. It was part of a squire's responsibility to ensure the knight he served was buried correctly. If the knight was part of a chivalric order, a sort of knight club, which again
Knight
deserves its own video, they would likely be buried in the order's special cemetery.
Oh.
It was not uncommon, in fact, for knights to join an order at an old age, as to ensure a decent resting place. It was also common for knights, especially very rich or very respected knights, to have an effigy on their grave. A stone carving of them.
It's a Knight's
usually
Tale.
in the
I haven't seen that
form.
one.
So that's all we have for today.
That Mr. Heath
I
Ledger,
hope you
isn't it?
enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like.
It was a informative video. Thank you very much. I would love to show. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of this third video because I think it's kind of repeating that. But I would like to show modern. One moment here.
So
Not this one. No. Shh, 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 shh. One moment here. Sorry. Yeah, this is the one. This is gonna be a fun video. Okay, so this is actual knights fighting. Very briefly, let me double check something here. Okay, sorry, my model's been I have been a little all over the place, so I apologize if I keep flickering here and there. I'll have to do some tests. I'll have to do some maintenance in my incubation pod later. Here, let's try that. Good for you guys. Good for USA. That was fun. I got my blood pumping. Now let's smooth it down with some video games. Oh shit. Okay, so now we're actually gonna play a video game. I'm sorry for just watching videos on just sword fighting for like 40 minutes. Okay, let's see. About this one. Well, when I say I'm specifically referring to a set of armor in Mountain Blade Warband amidst general armor that has your symbol on it. Oh, okay, I get you. I was considering Mount and Blade for this set of streams, but it looked a little less, like, it looked a little bit more open, and I wanted something a little bit more focused. I also considered Mordhau, but I think the selections are going to be a little bit better. Also, I've been wanting to play Long of the Queen for forever. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, how's the audio? It's a bit loud for me. How's that sound? Subtitles and cutscenes, yes please. Oh. Audio sound good? Alright, so it's now 9 o'clock or 9:15. Get yourself a snack, get cozy. I'm gonna quickly check something here with my face, and then we'll get started. One moment here. There we go. I'm gonna take a night shower then. Okay. I'll just hang out here for just a second. I get everything set up here. No, stop shrinking. There we go. So what do you think so far, chat? What have you even learned about knights today? Shall we review? I learned that knights are more likely, or they become knights at 21. Which is an interesting age. I wonder why it's 21. Also, I always thought squires, isn't esquire what people write if they're lawyers? Let me double check that. Esquires. We're learning so much stuff today. Yes, it's definitely for lawyers. Okay, let's get started here. Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. Oh. 1 second. There we go. Sorry about that. Just had to do some adjustments there, because I was being a bit buggy. Okay. Now let's actually get into the game. Oh. Oh, this silly thing. Ah. Okay, one more quick adjustment. Okay, now we're done. Now we're done. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're gonna go with it. Okay. Let's go. New. Let me actually move myself over here. I love streaming live. It's so fun. So can I... There you go. Move you guys over here. There we go. Okay, that should be a bit better. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, I don't know why I'm tricking out so bad. This is so funny. By funny, I mean frustrating. Ah. This is a little embarrassing. I will be 2 seconds. Let's actually do like a 5-minute break, like a proper break. I'll be back to start in like 5 minutes here. It what? Gonna work? Okay. It should be a bit better now. Okay, yeah. I see what the problem is. Yep, we're doing fine. Let's see. Okay, now we are ready to go. Let me actually bring... Okay, game for real this time. Okay, is audio okay? Okay. Here, maybe that there. Audio sounds good. Great, great, great. Okay. Name, enter character. Free. Open. Sure. You hold the fate of a single man in your hands. You follow his life from birth to death. Your choices shall define who Sir Brant will grow to be. You will decide his personality, social status, and what mark he'll leave on history. Every step he takes is at your behest. Sir Brant's character may change and evolve. Your decisions will close some doors for open, but will close some doors for him, but will open many others. The world of Sir Brant's bleh. Okay, let me. Okay. The world of Sir Brant's birth is a ruthless realm where people are divided into estates. It's hard to be a hero here. Be ready to accept that Sir Brant cannot overcome every challenge in his path. Every hard choice will test his character and personal qualities. Often you will not be able to make the choice you would like to. It may happen because you chose a different road earlier, exhausted your hero's willpower, or haven't earned the right position in society. Okay. I don't know much about this game. It just looked good, so I'm excited to kind of dig into it. Every victory will be a struggle, a path paved with bitter losses and gut-wrenching failures. Accept the tragedy. This is how you'll create a gripping and unique tale for your hero. What will become of your Sir Brant, his loved ones, and the world? It all depends on you. Oh, thank God I don't have to read it. Oh, wow, hang on. Well, hang on. Maybe the audio should be on. Sorry. Why did no one say anything? Your fingers grow stained with ink. Your breathing grows ragged. Your hands... This game has a bop in art style. It does. Let's see. There we go. Your fingers grow ragged with stained ink. Your breathing grows... Oh, Your fingers are stained with ink. Your breathing grows ragged. Your hands are shaking, yet the world begins appearing on the page before you one by one, clinging together from a chronicle of your own life. Who are you, and how did you reach this end? You were born and raised and lived your entire life in the blessed Arcanine Empire. In this land, a man's destiny is predetermined at the moment of his birth, whether human, Arcanine, nobleman, priest, or lowborn commoner, all bent to the divine will of the twin gods. Each life is not but a single cog in the universe's immeasurable machine. The memories come flooding back, they engulf you in a merciless wave, binding together the days that are thrice dead and gone. The dreams of your childhood, your adolescence, your youth spent in the capital, years of peace steaming with life and war drenched in blood, high ranks, lowly deeds, opulent palaces, secretive city backstreets, fields of battle, and faces. So many faces of people you held dear, the people who have walked by you on this road. I need like a proper narrative voice. Such was your life, now all exposed by ink erupting onto the page. With your every step, you sought to change the world as you saw it. The choices of your upbringing, the path you carved in your youth, the fruits of your struggle, the consequences of your sacrifice, all led you here to the end of your time. Every choice has its price. Now, years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo into your memory, the pain and joy inextricably intermingled. Could you have taken a different path, chosen a different calling, found a different place in the world? You had the power to alter the very course of history. Now, on the verge of death, you struggle with doubt, seeking answers to your last and most crucial question of all. Your path of all paths in life. Why did you walk this one? Did you choose your own fate, or was your fate chosen by forces beyond your destiny? What determines someone's destiny? What determines someone's destiny? I would say a person, right? The man himself, the world around him, a higher power, there is no destiny. I would say a person chooses their own destiny. You hear your death's footsteps drawing near. You square your shoulders and take a deep, full breath. You have found your final answer. What is a destiny other than a long chain of your own actions and consequences? No matter what happened in life, you always had a choice. You lived the life you deserve, now only you can answer for it. But are you right about this? Is it all true? To learn the truth, we have to return to the very beginning, remembering every step you took along the way. On these pages, the story of a man named Ori Brandt will live once more. Oh, okay. Childhood. Okay, we were born here. Nice. This looks like a very text-heavy game, so please be patient while I read everything. Childhood, where life began. First words, first unsteady steps. You are but a child learning about the world in which you were born. To you, everything is so new, so baffling, and so unforgiving. A long and trying life stretches before you, so many feats and faults, so many fateful choices to come. Yet you're already sowing the seeds of your future self. You're learning to survive and live in this world. Looking for a place to call your own, choosing your future destiny. Who will you grow up to be? Who will we grow up to be? In chapters, childhood, adolescence, and youth, you will live through your hero's coming of age. You will shape the protagonist. You will determine the state and future occupations on the adulthood. Okay. Let's go. Events in personal life, offensive life and beyond. Do I click them? Right, just go. Oh, okay. Personal life, events in the personal life can happen in this chapter. Your personal qualities, spineless, perception, inner strength, death, untouched by death. Interesting. The sections that open in this chapter: destiny, personality, House of Brandt, failing screens now available. Okay, so these bits and bobs. Begin chapter. First there was nothing. No time, no sensation. Nothing but darkness and void. But then will breathed life into nothingness. Matter and spirit were set in motion, and history began its march. Oh fuck, a baby. It was your turn to enter this world. Your first memory, you're lying on your back, blindsided by a bright white light. You are not alone. Above you tower the colossal figures of those who created you. You are part of them, and they are part of you. Between you and them is inexplicable connection, a strong, unbreakable link. They will always watch over you, guard you, and protect you. It hurts to breathe. You let out the pain in the form of a desperate scream. Your creators extend their hand towards you. There are two of them. The one who made your form from their own selves and brought you into the world. They are united, yet as they lean closer, you can see how different they are. You can already feel their differences between you, or within you, struggling against each other. This is a lot like the game Alter Ego, now that I think about it. The first figure is soft, empathetic, wise, and merciful. The love that emanates from it wraps you from head to toe like an invisible blanket. The warmth from it is never ending. The second figure is strong, powerful, commanding, and noble. It is harsh but fair, a beacon of guidance and a force of protection, merciless, and every merciless punishment for every misdeed. Love that. Oh, yet there is also a third figure. It is like a shadow barely seen between them, yet you are already pulsing with an unbreakable will to live. It is the very will to live that is now growing ever stronger within you. A soft palm, a strong closed fist, and a lingering distant shadow. You struggle to loosen the swaddling clothes wrapped around you and extend your tiny hand into the world. Ah, who do we reach out to? Let's reach out to the shadow. Your first smile appears on your face, awkward yet genuine. Your mother and father exchange looks and start talking. You know no words yet, but so you hear all you hear is the sequence of booming sounds. But the stranger behind them is no need for words. The stranger's look is all that it takes for you to feel the will to live and act that now burns within you. Ooh. The shadow brings a finger to his lips as if to say, "There, there, baby, don't cry. This is our secret now." and then the shadow melts into the light. Ooh. Year 1818, the wolf begins. How will you live it? I will spit up on everything. Okay, so this might be a long game. I'm definitely not going to play all of it tonight, or the next stream. But I hope that by playing this, you're also interested in it. I kind of want to bring more attention to lesser, smaller games, if possible. Especially ones that have so much love and dedication, like this one. Like, look at this art style. It's very lovely. Hide and seek. As the days go by, you will learn to tell your parents apart. You recognize father by his heavy breathing and strong, cold hands. He visits you rarely. Awesome. Robert Bronte. Hello there, little Ori Bronte. Sympathy, nobleman at the mantle, judge following his footsteps of his father here in the normal position. He is tirelessly in his judicial service. So he's a judge? Or like a legislator? He took your low-born mother as a second wife. Huh. Thereby jeopardize the family future. Okay. Mother's tender voice, however, follows you day and night. Lydia. My, you're going quickly, my child. She's a very old mother. A humble commoner from the outskirts of Azonet. Neither her lowly origins nor the fact that your grandfather directly forbade them marrying. Stop them from married. So they're like lovers. They're true lovers because they ignored social customs. Okay. Devoted to her faith and sister, the children observe their lots. I don't have a parking lot. There are 2 more children in the family, named Stefan and Gloria. Is it Stefan or Steven? Steven and Gloria. Gloria sings songs to you. She often dresses you in tight clothing and gently holds your hands as you learn to take your first steps. Stefan likes to sweep you and pinch you and toss you into the air. Let's go, Steven! Oh look, that is your brother and sister. Yes, you're my little brother. You're going to play together, but are always being charged because you were born a commoner. Okay, these are step siblings. Be quiet, you. He doesn't understand yet. Come on, baby Ori. Let's go play in the yard. Fuck, it's loud. Oh, jeez. It is hot outside. You grip your brother's hand with one hand and your sister's with another as they help you walk down the giant stone steps. Then, as you sit on the ground and start exploring the sparse blades of grass, with your fingers, it tickles. In the sky far above, away from you, is a gigantic pillar, perfectly straight stick of light. It is so bright it hurts to look at. Why are you staring at the shiny pillar? It's not going anywhere, you know. Hey, I want to play hide and seek. He's just a little baby. How is he going to play? Then you hide him, and I'll try to find both of you. You have no idea what they're talking about, but you support them with happy cooing. This is strange, but so exciting. Steven and Gloria glance at each other. Then your brother walks to a big tree, closes his eyes, and starts counting. Gloria takes your hand and walks you through the yard. This is a very nice house for what? The year 190, 1000, whatever, that year. I feel like this is a bit too modern, right? Your sister takes you behind some thick bushes by a tall wall. The light from that light sticks on the horizon. The light from that light stick on the horizon barely reaches here. You can't see home from this place. The ground is crawling with tiny black bugs. Gloria sits you down on the ground and puts a finger to her mouth for some reason, and then she's gone. You can no longer hear Steven's voice. Gloria is nowhere to be seen. You feel colder. The bugs are no fun to play with. You've been sitting here for a long time, completely alone. Nobody checks in on you. Did they forget you? Did they abandon you? Do we cry loudly, find our way home, and sit there and wait? Let's... What do you think, chat? Should we sit there and wait, find our way home, and cry loudly? Let me take a sippy. I kind of want to sit there and wait. Because we've got 10 in our willpower, so let's try and add some to our perception. The bushes covered with leaves swing in the wind. You brush through them with your fingers. The twigs and branches are stiff and will not bend. They are different from blades of grass. Down on the ground you see a group of bugs carrying a little twig. You grab it from them. They're so funny. One of the bugs crawls on your finger and bites it, just enough to sting a little. You hear brisk steps and then the leaves and twigs rustling and parting. Your mother leans over you. You greet her with a happy face and show her that the finger with the bug on it. So that's where they took you. Mother picks you up and puts you on her chest. Bug bites are the worst. Yes, they are the worst. So the lab has had some ant infestations recently, which aren't fun to deal with. They're nasty buggers. But they've slowly been dealt with in time. I hate bug bites. The worst is spider bites. Ant bites, yeah, they suck. I hope the ant bites and the rash stuff isn't related, but you can only hope it's not. Mother picks you up, puts you on her chest, and pats you on the head. Your brother and sister stand behind you, clearly feeling guilty. Gloria is in tears. Stephen keeps staring at his feet. You hug Mother tightly. She is there now. Well, that's fine. We kind of survived that. We just kind of chilled. Okay, so each event is a day. Okay, cool. Fuck, that's Foley sounds. The Great Descent. Another memory. You are still a child, but you can already talk and run around on your own. Today is out of the ordinary. The father is busy around the house, giving orders to the servants. Throughout the day, the kitchen has been abuzz with work, and there are solemn, gloomy preparations and candles being lit. Even your older brother, Stephen, is quiet today. Mother takes your hand and brings you to your sister, Gloria. My son, today is the Great Descent. We honor the day when the twin gods descended to us. We must spend this day in reverence to the gods. We're too young to understand, so just do everything your sister says for now. Okay, so we're in like alternate history. That makes a bit more sense. Gloria takes you to the playroom. There are no toys there, no chairs. Even the carpet has been taken away. There's nothing but a bare wooden floor. Today we're not allowed to go to any other rooms, and we'll be eating nothing but gruel and stale bread. On the day of the Great Descent, everyone must be where they belong. It's quiet. Unusually so. Muffled voices from beyond the door are all you can hear. You are sitting on the cove floor, confused with no idea what to do. Then you hear your sister's voice. Lonely sound the empty room. It's a little song that mother taught her. You hold your breath as you listen to it. When the twins came down to earth, they brought lots for every birth. Let us count them, 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand. Guide us by the twins' commands. Common people work and toil, always patient, never spoiled. Live your lot where you were born, to the day when you pass on. Know your lot, know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere. You are transfixed by the tune. That wasn't a very good song. I'm not going to be ever singing. Let's make that very clear. Gloria notices your gaze and a smile creeps across her face. You like the rhyme, don't you, Ori? Do you know what it's all about? Look, there are 3 lots. They were brought to us by the twins when they descended to us from the shining pillar. Remember that pillar of light and horizon? That's it. You can see the shining pillar anytime from anywhere in the world. If you follow your lot as you live, you'll reach the peak of the pillar, and if you don't, you'll get the eternal torment of the foot. What? You and I are lowborn. Mom is a commoner too. So the lot for you and me is to suffer and be patient and work hard. Understand? The priests and the nobles have other lots. The nobles fight and rule everybody. The priests, well, I'm not really sure what they do, but I guess they talk to twins and then teach everybody. Gloria stares at you intently. Did you get it, silly? Then she shakes her head and keeps singing the song over and over. Her voice transfixes you, drawing you in. The room starts to glow like the sky. From the light emerges 2 figures you have known since the moment of your birth. One of them embraces your sister's shoulder, the other stands guard behind her back. You watch this happening before your eyes, unable to turn away. Gloria sways with the song, unaware of what was happening. She sings the final verses once more. You feel compelled by this divine sight to express yourself somehow. You feel words condensing you from within light. But what would these words be? Finish the song, or let's do finish the song properly, or are we a little bitch? Let's say be a little bitch. Know your lot and know the prayer. The lots are lies told everywhere. I didn't mean to say that. You shout these words but have no idea how they came to you. The shining pair stands behind her back, turning to stare at you. You feel their gaze piercing you from top to bottom. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the window. Now Gloria is staring at you. You see the disappointment in her eyes. Ori, that's not the way the song ends. Why did you ruin it? You shrug, quite pleased with your cleverness. Yeah, we're not spineless. Or we're not gonna be spineless. Yeah. Fuck destiny. Fuck the gods. Is this okay? I'm gonna be reading quite a bit. I didn't realize how much reading there was, so I hope I'm an okay voice to listen to for this kind of stuff. If I'm not, I will get text-to-speech on and we'll just let that run. You're starting to understand more and more of what adults say. Your family's an unusual one. Your father's nobleman, but not by birth. He has earned a title through great service, but your mother is a low-born woman, a commoner. Because of this, you were born a commoner, but father says you may yet come unto nobility. Alright, so we could become nobles, okay? You learn to read at an early age. Together with Mother, you read and learn by heart the many poems about the divine twins, the twin gods who reside upon the shiny pillar. Your mother calls these poems prayers. Again and again, you try to discern the shape of the gods in the strip of the holy light that shines in the sky, day or night. The light is too blinding to gaze upon. The greatest joy— it's not in this picture, I feel like it should. The greatest joy of all is when the stairs are no longer an insurmountable obstacle. Now you can climb and even jump from step to step. Father urges you to be more careful and avoid climbing too high. Even though you keep falling, you can never stop being curious about the world around you. Good, always be curious. Your older brother Stephen now spends less and less time playing with Gloria and you. Playing with commoners is beneath a nobleman to be, he says. So Gloria calls him names and Stephen pulls her pigtails. One fine evening, Father gathers you all in the sitting room with an announcement. You'll have another little brother or sister soon. Gloria asks him to bring home a little sister. Another brother would be too much. Stephen gets frustrated. There are too many siblings getting in his way as it is. Soon you will be an older brother too, and you don't know who the youngest will be. And it doesn't matter who they will be. A boy or girl, you will love them the most. Yeah. When Father comes back from his trips, he reads his adult books aloud for you. Ooh. You find these stories of wars, generals, rebellions quite enchanting, and Father approves of your fascination. Fuck. Study hard, and maybe one day you will become a noble of the mantle and earn your sword. But first, you need to grow up. Growing up, the concept is terrifying as it is alluring. True. So true. So deeply true. Oh, fuck. You keep staring at the carpet— a lot of suffering. You keep staring at the carpet under your feet. You're both ashamed and proud, and it feels odd. A scratch on your hand stings a little. Stephen is standing next to you, snuffling from pain. Your brother was training the yard with a wooden sword. You wanted to play with him, but he ended up getting angry and throwing the sword at you. The stick hit you in the shoulder. You picked it up and hit him with it, okay? Your mother she's walking to and from the carpet. You do not want to look up. You would rather not see her angry. She's not as gentle to you these days. Yeah. Why did you hurt Stefan? Or why did you hurt Stephen? Or can I just call him Stefan? Is that okay? I know it might be Stephen, but my very name is Ori, and I know everyone wants to call it Orion, but Stefan is just so much easier when it's written like this. Why did you hurt Stefan, Ori? You stammer out an explanation. He hit you first. You just hit him back. Fair. How dare he pester me like that? When I grow up, I'm gonna hit you with a real sword. Fuck. Mother shushes you both and speaks to you again. Her voice is stern and you can feel her concern for you. Even if Stephen hits you, you cannot hit him back. You are my son and I was born a commoner. A lot into life is to suffer, but your brother was born from a noble father and a noble mother. The sacrament is coming soon, and then he'll rule over the likes of us. That sucks, doesn't it? If you hurt a noble, you will be punished. That is your lot. And the sooner you learn it, the better off our entire family will be. That's so strange, it's in this family. Stephen looks at you in triumph. Now you look up at your mother in fear, not sure what to do now. Accept your punishment? Sounds like a crock of shit, innit? Accept your punishment. Your willpower has to be greater than 0, which it is. We'll lose 5, but Lydia will be grateful and Stephen will hate us. Or Stefan, or whatever. Deny your guilt. Get more determination. It's perception. I think our mom... I think when you're a little kid, something like this is fine because you're just kind of adapting to the situation. As you get older, you can make more of a punishment, or more of a case, but you know, I'd rather keep mom happy. You look down and agree to what you just said. And you look down and agree with what she just said. You are ready to be punished. You start apologizing to Stephen, but he turns your back on you. Before you can finish, Mother takes your hand and leads you away. You do not want to follow her, your hands are getting sweaty and your legs are growing heavy. Then suddenly she stops and bends down, close to you, and looks you straight in the eyes. My son, I see you understand our lot now. We do not defy, we suffer. This is our only path to twins after all. Only path to the twins after all our deaths. Weird. Our only way to reach eternal bliss atop the peak of the pillar. Your virtue is meekness. We are humble in our words. We work hard. We think what is right. You've shown all this. I'm so proud of you. Aww. She hugs you, and you feel finally release the pent-up tears. You feel much more at ease now. Aww. Oh. You feel you are flogged in front of your entire family. Pain burns on your skin again and again, but you feel the touch of the divine law with each blow. I don't like that. I guess that's that. It's okay, we had some willpower to lose. Thine mother's old spaghetti. Knees art heavy, mom's thine old spaghetti. Palms... I'm stopping here. Mother mostly stays in her chambers. Oh, actually, really quickly, thank you so much for watching, and I hope this has been a fun stream so far. If you do enjoy, I would love it if you gave it a follow. I'm trying to get towards partner status, or affiliate status actually, so I can make some great emotes for you guys and more interesting alerts and all that. So yeah, if you have fun, definitely give it a follow. I appreciate it a lot. And you get to tune in and see all these dumb quasi-science little streams if you like. Anyways, back to the business. Gloria's rhymes. Mother mostly stays in her chambers now. With each passing day, she grows heavier and her features get rounder. It gets difficult for her to walk, but she still smiles all the time. One day, she takes your hand and puts them on her big belly, and you feel a movement inside her. You will have another brother or sister soon. Gloria takes you on walks through the yard now. You explore the yard together under the evening light of the pillar, and she sings to you songs and tells you amazing stories. Hey Ori, do you want to hear a rhyme? I wrote it myself. There's even a bit about you, but don't tell anyone, okay? Writing poems and songs is only for nobles. If Mommy hears about it, I'll get flogged. Remember how we got flogged for hitting Stephen? Our judge is my second father. In the past I had another. Mother says the twins are great, says we should not fight our fate. brother loves to jump around. Please don't fall down on the ground. See, I wrote a little rhyme. Please don't tell him that it's mine. But today your sister is nowhere to be seen. She promised to take you to the old pond and show you the red frogs that live there, but then she vanished. Servants join you in your search. Even Mother Lisa chambers when she hears the commotion. Finally, you find Gloria in the far corner of the garden. She's holding a quill and sheets of paper covered in poetry. Mother becomes angry the moment she sees it. She looks through the poetry and her face goes dark with rage. Gloria is standing before her, wringing her hands and looking for an opportunity to run, but there seems to be no escape. What is this nonsense, Gloria? We talked about this. You were told to take care of your little brother. You are absolutely not allowed to entertain yourself with this writing, with this horrible fanfic you are up to. Really, the character's so out of character. You haven't even put the right tags on it. Where's the lemon? Where's the lime? Have you even put if it's a slow burn or an angstfic? No, you haven't. What are they going to think? The noble party only looks for the finestly written fanfic. Honestly. I can decide for myself, Mum. No, you cannot. It has already been decided by the gods. DDC... DDCL X Warframe? What is this literary tripe? These characters are never even met on the show. What kind of dynamic are you basing this on? Absolute rubbish. Disgraceful. And he's not my little brother anymore. He doesn't need a nanny. And I need some time alone to think for myself. I'm not allowed to hurt anyone. Oh no, those two are like the least compatible video games. True. Absolute truth. Oh. That's truth, bruv. Truth. You are a commoner and a future wife. It's time you learn properly to care for your children. 18,000 words later. Oh. There you go. Had your disgraceful former father kept me in his house, you would have been born a noble, but that is not our fate, and you are absolutely forbidden from even spoiling paper and wasting ink again. Mother grabs Gloria. Oh, hello. Oh, hi. Mother grabs Gloria firmly by the hand and takes you to the house. She scribbles sheets. The scribbled sheets fly into the fireplace. You sob violently. You are bystander to the scene, unsure how to act. How do we... Let's comfort your sister. Oh, wow. Determination has to be higher. Reception has to be higher. No, we wouldn't complain about it, Mary. No, let's comfort her. Yeah, let's comfort her. Did you know the longest piece of English literature is just a piece of fan fiction about Super Smash Brothers? I think it's raw. I do know that. Do you... is it the longest one, or is it the Fallout My Little Pony fanfic? Because that one's like published, or it's like fan published. I haven't read a lick of it. Let's take a brief foray into finding a longest fan fiction. Okay, we've got some contenders here. All right, everybody. Okay, so the Super Smash Brothers looks to be kind of a troll fic from what I'm reading. Let me see if I can read this right. Some people say it's 3B. It looks like the longest fanfic actually might be the longest fanfiction on fanfiction.net is the Loud House Revamped, was a crossover. I don't know what the Loud House is, which is over 14 million words long. 14 million. Well, it looks like the Smash one was 7 million. Huh. Loud House is like a Nickelodeon cartoon. Yeah, I don't know anything about the Loud House. Is that like the Owl House? That's crazy. Comfort your sister. Mother leaves. The last of your sister's poetry burns away in the fireplace. You walk up to your crying sister and take her by the hand. None of this is her fault, you say. What Mother did was wrong and far too harsh. Glory sniffles before speaking. But I did leave you all alone. You're not mad at me, really? You nod in reassurance. Gloria embraces you. Or were you the best little brother in the world? The two of you make a deal. She promises to tell you when she wants to be alone, and you promise to protect her and her secrets. Yes! Wonderful! +2 sympathy, and Gloria's grateful. But we lost some willpower. That's fine. I think that's fine. I wouldn't get mad at her for wanting her alone time. Oh, we're only 4. Oh. Mother is in her armchair knitting woolen jackets, pants, and socks for the little one. The baby only need to be kept warm, she says. Father spends less time at home now. Mother says he's very busy. Hang on, I need to do some adjustments here. Sorry. Father spends less time at home now. Mother says he's very busy with an important job. He is a judge after all. Okay, yeah, so he's a judge. So you decide to ask Mother about Stephen and Gloria. How come they're brother-sister to you, but not siblings to each other? Well, my dear, I didn't give birth to Stephen, you see. He's the son of another mother, and Gloria is the daughter of another father. Come now, don't knit your eyebrow like that. You'll understand when you're older. How's that even possible? You're all family, aren't you not? Several days later, your mother calls Stephen and Gloria to the sitting room. You sneak in after them. At first, Mother gets angry and asks you to leave, but then she relents. You're told to sit still, be quiet, and remember every word you hear. When you enter the temple, bow to the twins. First to the elder on the right, and the... Okay, someone write this down. This is going to be useful. The elder on the right, and then to the younger on the left. Stephen, you're a nobleman to be, so walk along the side paved with marble, where the benches are. Gloria, you will walk along the sharp side. When you get there, you must get down on your knees, each on your own side. Stephen, kiss the sword. Gloria, my daughter, they will strike you with the lash. Don't be afraid. They will strike you with the lash. Don't be afraid. Resign yourself to the suffering it brings. It is the blessing of your lot. Gloria doesn't like the idea of the lash. There's a tense feeling in your chest. You're told to remember this. Will the lash strike you too one day? On the next day, they take your brother and sister to the temple. You run towards them when they finally come back. The back of Gloria's dress is soaked with blood. She's hunched a bit, sobbing quietly. Stephen is putting on airs, acting prouder than ever. Nothing else looks different about them. It's all like the same, yet everything's changed. Each of them has accepted their lot. Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about us. Okay, we're kind of okay with our family disagreements. Your siblings and Gloria took their first sacramental trip. Okay, kiddookie. I like this game so far. Oh. You eye the little bundle in your father's arms with curiosity. Behind so many layers of swaddling clothes is your newborn baby brother. Mother is glowing and smiling with joy. Stephen and Gloria are also here, all excited. You promise yourself you're going to be the best big brother in the world. You'll never hit him. Oh no, the two of you will play together and tease Stephen together and help Mother together and go on so many adventures together. It feels so strange to be an older brother. Yet just the other day we were the youngest in the family, but everything's different now. Your parents name your brother Nathan, and Mother spends day and night by his side. Nathan cries all the time, day and night. Mother barely gets any sleep, so she's so worn out she starts forgetting things. For instance, she forgot her knitting in the armchair in the sitting room. You better bring it back to her as soon as possible. You run to your mother. You run to Mother's bedroom. You miss her smile so much. You walk in without saying hello and give her the knitting. When instead of gratitude, she gives you an ice-cold, exhausted stare. Nathan is always also there screaming all the time. Go away, Ori. You're bothering me. She spits those words out through her teeth. You look at the bawling newborn. You can't even get a minute of respite. Enough already. When are you going to stop? I just want some peace and quiet. Mother leaps across the room and starts shaking. Oh! Starts shaking Nathan with malice in her eyes. Her cries get even louder. She's so tired from the never-ending screaming. She seems to be the inch of smashing against the wall. Somebody has to do something. You are scared for your mother, much more scared for Nathan's. Call Father for help. Why would I lose 5 willpower? Fuck, I don't know. Should we hug her or save Nathan? Chat, someone help? Confronting her? Yeah, I don't want to confront her. Save Nathan. Save Nathan. So we save her. Or we hug Mom. But we did meet the requirements to conditions met. She's grateful to us. And there's +1 to unity. And Lydia goes +1. So maybe it does work. It must work because it's all like... I'm going with it. Oh. Now walk up to Mother quickly and lock her in a tightly in an embrace. Your arms are too short and the folds of her dress get in the way. But that does not stop you. She shudders at your unexpected touch and tries to free herself. Let me go. Stop tormenting me. But you only latch on her even tighter. There's no way you're letting go. Even if she screams at you or hits you, there's no way. You are here now, you will protect her and comfort her. Oh. Okay. Nathan stops screaming, and an odd sobbing sound escapes his little baby mouth, as if he's too tired to scream. Mother accepts your sudden presence now. You feel her relax and her movements become calmer. But there's still no way you're letting go. Not yet. Then you hear a quiet song. Your mother's song. She's singing a lullaby to Nathan. She squeaks a little and then starts snoring quietly. Then you calm down as well. Mother is now calmer in your embrace. Nathan is breathing quietly in his sleep. Now please let me go, my dear. I have to put Nathan to bed. You release Mother and she puts Nathan back in the crib. After a little pause, she turns to you. Her face is still weary, but there's no sign of anger. She sits down next to you. Thank you, my son. The twins know I don't want to hurt you or Nathan. I'm so sorry. Please don't be angry with me. You did what you needed to do. You gave me the strength to work through this. She hugs you tightly, and you do the same, and press your forehead against her. She smells like home. Your tears start to flow, but now they are tears of happiness. She pats you on the head and kisses your forehead. Nathan is sleeping quietly. It feels good when things are as they should be. Oh, that was so scary. I think if we try to grab the baby, we're like 4, right? I don't think we can handle holding a baby, right? Peace in the family. Fear. Nathan's born. Yeah, we just turned 5. Like, we wouldn't be able to hold or support a baby on our own. You wake up to Father's touch on your shoulder. He finally comes back from a long trip. I wonder if they knew about Shaken Baby. People don't know about it now. I feel like there's still people who still don't know about it. That's terrifying. Ori, today is your special day. The day when you begin your studies. Now teachers will be coming to our home to teach you, and you must do everything they say. Be diligent in your studies, and you will go closer to the nobleman's lot. And you must remember this day. Since you must remember this day, a present is in order. Lydia, get our little schoolboy dressed. I'm taking him to the market district. Oh? Porach. Thank you so much for the follow, Porach. Thank you for joining in. That means a lot. It truly does. Also, I just realized my alert thing is on the wrong. One moment. Okay, it's gonna be a little. Oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying the story and my voice isn't too irritating to listen to. Oh, so. Stephen wants to come with you too, but Father shushes him sternly. This is your day. The older brother is hurt to hear this, but stays quiet. Yeah, fuck Stephen. Fuck Stephen. Little bitch. Little bitch boy. Little pissy bitch boy. An open carriage takes the two of you through the dusty, noisy city streets. A pleasant wind tussling your hair. I feel like we're not in the appropriate area for a lot of this stuff. This is very Victorian. And not as medieval as I thought. Your city is called Azonet. That you already know. It is one of the largest cities in the entire empire. There's a big shadow on the street. It comes from the white foliage of an enormous tree that spreads its branches all over the city. Ooh. My son, did you... Get in there, my son. My son, did you know that the silver tree grew from the blood of our God's own disciples? It's been growing here for hundreds of years, right in our city. It cannot be damaged or burned. Not even the clergy know why. The carriage comes to a halt by a small shop next to the city square. You run there and freeze by the stalls in excitement. The shop is packed with dolls and figurines and toys. Have you never seen so many before? Have you chosen your present yet? Father asked. You have. You want the Holy Order set, which includes several figurines of the Emperor's greatest warriors of all time. You rattle off everything you know about the Holy Order. They are the only ones who aided the Emperor's own forces in seizing the province of Magra and storming our city. That's how we joined the Empire. Father nods in approval. Dad nods. Very well, war isn't your lot for now, but maybe these toy soldiers will teach you to think like a general. We will lead them into battle and study military strategy. Go ahead, take your present. Having said this, Father turns away to examine the books. You run to the box of toy soldiers, delirious with excitement. But there's a fancy dressed boy in your way. He's about to take the warriors for yourself. He elbows you aside and reaches for the box. Anger overcomes you and you push him from behind. Your opponent falls to the floor. The rich boy screams so loudly everyone in the shop hears it. He hit me! He hit me! A tall tower of a man looms over you. This is the boy's father. But then you feel your own father's hands on your shoulders. What happened? You press against Father, your mind more at ease now. He will protect you. Yes, you shoved the boy to your floor in front of everyone, but he tried to take your present for himself. Father turns around to face him when he hears these words. Is this true, Ori? Did you strike the son of a nobleman? Let's see. Deny your guilt. Quietly say it was an accident. Our willpower is at 0. I don't want to lose any more willpower. But it will make Dad grateful. What would be better? Me, personally, I would say this fucker fucked up. That was my shit. All mine. Let me at it. He's a bitch. But... What do you think, chat? Like, I think... Should we tell him the truth and be like... Or should we deny our willpower? Or no, if we deny our guilt, we'll get 10 willpower. I feel like we're gonna need willpower in the future. Oh, I didn't know this was all here. Oh, hello. Am I bouncing about? There we go. To deny your guilt is to deny your lot, and that is like going Super Saiyan back then. You know what? Fuck it. We didn't do shit. Fuck him. You hide behind father and deny all the wrongdoing. The boy was too clumsy. Now the two fathers come face to face. Your father is calm, while the enraged nobleman pelts him with insults and reaches for his sword again and again. The insults do not stop him. Oh! Maddie! He challenges father to a duel. There's only one way to protect the family honor. Father begrudgingly accepts the challenge. They bring him home with a fresh wound on his side and another shoulder. Oh my god. Maddie! You spend the entire day by his bedside doing whatever he says, overcome with a mixture of shame, guilt, and gratitude. Even though your father rarely shows it, he would rarely risk everything for his family. No! Fuck! Your father's wound heals. He brings you the belated present, a little box full of soldiers. The holy soldiers made of tin, or holy order made of tin. You line the warriors up in battle formation, only one thought in your mind. Your family is always by your side. Yes! I love that. I think that was a good choice, even if it was... You need a rough moment in your childhood. But our dad didn't die. That's key. It worked out okay. Yeah. For sure. Today, father ordered the dinner table to be brought into the yard. For the first time in months, he's home outside of the confines of his always locked study. He spent the entire day playing with Nathan and you, discussing various matters with Stephen, now an adolescent, and walking in the garden. Now a dinner under the open sky? Wow. Your entire family gathers together, with father at the head of the table, smiling. He asks each of you about your studies. Nathan climbs on his knee and recites a counting rhyme in a funny, sing-song voice. Stephen mentions his fencing teacher praising his accomplishments. He rises from the table together with father to show off his skill in a practice duel. Next comes Gloria's turn. She stands on her chair and recites a lengthy prayer by heart. Mother showers your sister with praise. Father chuckles quietly, hiding a smile in his mustache. When your turn comes, you recite all the ranks in the Legion from common soldier to high commander. Stephen listens with a skeptical look on his face. Oh, this bitch. Night falls, but the servants ensure that the yard is well illuminated. You don't feel cold in the dust tonight. It feels so good yet so important. All your family are together, sitting at the same table. No fighting, no smiles, no arguing, just pleasant small talk. Then a servant approaches the father with a letter in his hand. He reads it in the dim light. Each line gradually washes the smile off father's face until only a stone-cold mask remains. Mother looks at father with an unspoken question in her eyes. Gregor Bronte is coming to Azonet. Azonet, whatever. He's the head of our family, my father. Okay. Your grandfather returns to the capital. Okay. Peepaw. Peepaw's here. Ever since the news of grandfather's impending arrival, there's not been a single day that the house has not been cleaned or decorated. Your parents anxiously make sure everything's in order. I feel that. Parents can be stressful. Even when you're older, meeting with parents can be stressful. They tell you to wash your hands and face after walks and scold you for leaving books on the floor. They tell Gloria she'll be flogged if she's ever seen hiding in the attic. They will make Stephen stay in his room. Even baby Nathan gets in trouble. They say, Stephen, we know you're a little shit, and you're gonna stay... What? You're gonna stay right here in your room. Oh. There we go. I'm so sorry that I keep fluttering about. I'm gonna be doing lots of experimentation to make sure that doesn't happen again. Everyone's on edge. The next day, grandfather arrives. One day, grandfather arrives. It is a grim day, so hot your neck is sticky with sweat. Mother, father, Stephen, Gloria, you and Nathan, the entire Bronte family stands on the porch in the front of your house. House servants lined up behind you. The carriage arrives, and out steps a tall, gaunt man with heavy walking stick and heavier gaze. You cringe instinctively. Good health to you, father. Children, greet your grandfather as you've been taught.
Still trying to look like a real nobleman.
Is this a good voice? Is this gonna be terrible?
Still trying to look like a real nobleman, are we?
You can't fool me, Robert. I was the first of the Bronte family to be ennobled by the mantle, and I'm the only one who can remember how to bear this burden properly. I live honourably by my lot. Your marriage to that low-born wench cut us off from ever becoming nobles of the sword. My progeny could have been born bearing noble blood. Father, I beg you, this is not the place. Imagine that's so... It sucks. It sucks to have that kind of family drama. But imagine your grandfather showing up and being like, fuck her, fuck this, fuck you, this was all terrible. I'm out. I was trying to get my whole family up there, but whatever. Grandfather eyes him with scorn and walks into the house, your entire family following close behind him.
I've been away far too long.
This entire house is a mess. This is an insult. How can you live in such a pigsty, Robert? The servants have grown far too lazy thanks to your commoner of a wife.
I warned you, did I not?
And yet, you did as you see fit. And the children, what do they know of tradition or honor? Title lies with children. Ugh. Yeah, that is yucky. They're being raised in a virtuous family, father. And now you're speaking like a lowborn who's content to live in humility. Twins willing, now that I'm here, this will not happen again. I am taking your oldest son to the capital. I see you cannot provide Stephen the proper education, so I will correct your mistake. Your brother's fate has been decided just like that. Father does not object. Fuck, bye, Stephen. Stephen prepares for the journey. Stephen freezes in place, glancing at grandfather and father again and again. The latter puts a hand on his shoulder reassuringly. Grandfather's lips are in a tight whine, white with contempt. The house is examined room after room. Everything grandfather sees is showered with scorn. He scoffs at a crease in a blanket in Nathan's crib in mother's room. He mocks Gloria's knitting in her room. He comes to your dude next.
What is this, Robert?
Tin soldiers in your youngest son's room? He was born a commoner. I will not be daydreaming of battle. And have him daydreaming of battle. Sorry, okay. Grandfather sees the box containing the tin warriors of the Holy Order. Your father stays silent. Anger and fear boil within you. This is your big present from your birthday studies. It means so much to you. But what if he's right? What do you need to prove your right to command toy soldiers first? Grandfather shakes his head in disapproval and shoves the toy box into the royal father. If you wait too long, they will melt helplessly. Let's see. Well, we haven't got enough perception to do that. Rescue them. Oh, we could have gotten the grandfather's good side if we had more determination. What? Oh, burst into tears, lose 5, he'll hate us more, okay. What does death mean? Destiny Beyond. Oh, I wish we had more. That's spooky. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I kind of want to do it. But what does death plus mean? Does that mean someone dies? I mean, he'll hate us, but... Fuck it. We're no crying. We're not gonna cry. Overwhelmed by helpless rage, you run to grandfather and kick him in the leg with all the strength you can muster. Yet he is immovable. The next thing you see him leaning towards towering over you, his menacing walking stick in hand. Lowborn scum! How dare you raise a hand to me? The blow hits home. The handle of the walking stick is as heavy as a rock. You are dazed and robbed of both hearing and sight. Down comes another blow. Sharp plane spits your head in darkness. We died! Your hand twitches against your will, then again and again, like you're trying to catch a fluttering butterfly. Then you fall into the primordial void. The void takes away a part of you, one of the lives you were given to live. It will never return. There is a pain and desperation, a sense of loss. Nothing can be done now. Oh! You fall into pain that embraces you like a soft feather bed. You feel light, free. There are no restraints. Just a warm glow that envelops you in a secure embrace. The waves carry you. Their touch is soft. They delicately enshroud what was once your body. This is a feeling unlike anything you've ever experienced before. Something absolute, complete. You touch something greater, the reason behind everything, the reason for your existence. You were sculpted from this light. It is the first thing you felt, the boundless, secure unity of the diverse. Okay, I think it doesn't mean diverse, I think it means like universe, but diverse. Your beginning was a spark that cast this light into the universe, into all directions, and now you are here again, one with the beginning of everything. The light gleaming for you resembles the light of the shining pillar in the north as always. Guy says, how are you? I'm good. Well, we just died. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. We were playing as a noble knight who has just died because his grandfather hit him too hard. The waves of light carry you to two figures. The elder is nearest. He is ready to accept you. He is quiet, wise, kind, and pure. The younger waits further back. You do not know what he is yet. The waves pause at the elder's feet. He leans over and plants a feather-like kiss on your forehead. The kiss spreads all over you. You are filled with the unparalleled delight and bliss. You exist. You are unique. There is no one else like you. They know this, and they love you. You will never be alone. You are part of them, a part of your family, a part of this universe. The twin gods will never leave you. They watch over you constantly. The elder softly touches you as you lie spread out amongst the waves, sending you further down into the torrent of light. You float on to the top of the silver tree's spreading crown. The closer you get to the silver tree, the heavier you become. The waves draw you down its trunk, but you do not wish to part with the warmth and softness of the love. You turn around. The elder is still watching you. He nods. All is as it should be. Go. Your time has not yet come. You must return to the world now. As you tumble down towards your body, you comprehend the true meaning of your lesser death and divine love that has been revealed to you. Love exists not only in the hereafter. It is present in the entire design of the twins, that is the origin of all life in the world. What is the manifestation of this love in your mortal life? Oh, so what do we love most in life? Our lot gives you a clear mission. Cause. I would say family in this instance, because family is quite important to this character. I wouldn't select this, I'd pick myself. I'd pick family. A sudden comprehension of the love with which the entire world is imbued with illuminates your mind. Then it fades away and vanishes. Regain the sensation under your flesh. It is heavy, unwieldy. It lacks that lightness, that light. It is a burden. It is smothering you. You gasp for air. Your chest expands painfully. You feel as though your lungs are about to burst. The stagnant odor of the crypt fills them. Revolting, but so real. You are back. You came back to life! You smell a sickly, moist smell. You feel dampness all around you. You come back to your senses in the gloom of the family crypt, lying flat on a stone slab. Your parents on your way to the crypt right now. You hear their muffled voices. They are arguing, and against all rules, Mother does not agree with Father. Why would Sir Gregor do this? He just took one of our child's lives. Lydia, my father is our family's head, and the boy raised a hand to him. There was nothing we could do. Father did admit that he was too hard on him. Please do not anger Sir Gregor. You need to accept this. It will never happen to our children again. Their voices grow quiet as they lean over you. You lean on your elbows and try to get up from the stone. Mother gingerly wraps her cloak over your naked body as you shiver from the cold. My son, your first death... Oh wait, so we can all? Your first death came far too soon. I know it may be difficult to realize what has happened, but know this, the twin gods are ever merciful. You are a child, and your time is to leave for the hereafter has not yet come. You will be returned here by the gods twice more, but do not tempt fate again, for never ever defy those who could easily take your life. Ori, you have angered your grandfather greatly. Do not stand in Sir Gregor's way ever again, and he will never hurt you again. For now, just stay away from him. I feel like their interpretation of death may be a bit more alive than we have. Yeah. I agree. I think it's a little bit more sweet and heaven-like for a European-centric game, which is what this feels like so far. That makes sense. I don't know if I would view death as that. I'd have to think about it. If I was to die, I would think that either it could be really terrible, like you perceive things that you couldn't perceive, like very Cthulhian, I guess would be the get. I think that would be kind of the hellish aspect of dying. But also, like, I feel like you would be very understanding, like you would start to understand more about the world when you died. But then that's just my own speculation. That's my own thoughts. It'd be nice if there was heaven or like some sort of next plane or something, but no one has definitive answers, you know? I do like this world though, in this game of like you get to die 3 times. Father stays a step away from you, not saying a word. When mother finishes talking, he picks you up and carries you outside. Together, your parents take you from the Take you from the family crypt. Oh. On your way to the crypt, you touch them. Oh, okay. On your way out of the crypt, you take a moment to touch your head. It is perfectly fine. There is no sign of the blow. Back home, your grandfather still walking through the rooms, still walking through the house, examining the rooms. You can see that Stephen and Gloria are disturbed by what happened. Nathan starts crying when he sees you. The playroom still reeks of burnt pain. There's something new about you now, a pitch black stripe on your left arm. It looks like a strange bit of dirt, but it will not wash off. It will be there forever, Mother explains. That's all she'll say of it. Honestly, here's the thing. Fuck the grandfather. Like, he was gonna hate us, and he didn't seem happy with how we were, and I wasn't gonna fight for the affections of a guy that obviously hated us because of situations we couldn't control. But we got stronger. Event has happened. We died. Woo! Soon, grandfather leaves. Your older brother Stephen goes with him. From that day on, father hired teachers to tend to you alone. They bore you with monotonous lectures on writing, with counting, and by the way of life in the blessed Arcanine Empire. You often distract yourself from their instructions by playing with your younger brother Nathan, fuck Stephen. Your home goes quiet without your elder brother. Too quiet. Weeks later, your family receives a letter from Stephen. Grandfather sent him to a boarding school for nobles, and now he is studying hard in preparation for his service as a nobleman. The rules here are too strict. You can't even sneeze without the teacher's permission. But I've been studying with my peers. We've learned to live as nobles in a noble society. We are also learning the art of swordplay. That's my favorite part. Oh, pawns, oh, look at me. With Stephen now at boarding school, grandfather arrives once more, this time to live in your home. The only good thing is that he often has urgent business in Eterna, the capital of the empire, and has to travel there. One day you ask mother where he lived before. In Eterna, he says, but now his place is here. Each time grandfather returns, he gives the servants new orders. Your home is always busy with repairs. The servants are redecorating grandfather's room, including his library and sitting room. Sometimes father tries to gently talk him out of this, by subjecting the house to constant reconstruction. Grandfather's answer is always the same. The home is mine, and if I were to live here with the benefits of a man, and I will live here as befits a man of nobility. Lore. Hello, Lark. Hello, Mr. Birdman. What's this little glowy symbol here? Yeah. We're playing a... Lark, do you know the game Alter Ego? I feel like that's a game you would play. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure, but for like your life. This is like a medieval version of that. We just died and we're reborn. And our grandfather hates us, but that's okay, because we hate boomers. Some days, grandfather stays at home, and on these days, you try your best to stay out of his sight. There's no way you can avoid family breakfast. The food is here, but you cannot bring yourself to eat it. Mother's eyes are red and swollen. She's been crying all night again. Grandfather sits at the head of the table, where no one used to sit before. Robert, it is high time your youngest sons underwent their sacrament. Sir Bran, please, let them live free of their lot for a little while longer. They are but... Shut your mouth! Oh wait, that was the mom. Robert, that wife of yours is upset enough to interrupt me. If this happens again, she'll be eating her gruel with the servants in the kitchen where she belongs. It's time you considered a real marriage, Robert. One to a woman of a proper station. Gloria drops her fork. Grandfather shoots her a scathing look. A tear rolls down Mother's cheek. Father does not look away from his plate, his hand clenched in fist. Fuck him up! Baroness L. Lauder is one such woman. She is a comely widow and a fine match. She is suing for inheritance right now and can use proper support and a husband. You can keep your lowborn Lydia around if you like. Servant, mistress, I don't care.
I will not do that, Father.
I am the head of this family, and the family's standing took a severe blow after you married a commoner. It is unthinkable. How'd you give up the memory of your beautiful wife, Amelia L. Bourne, for this lowly woman and that bastard child of hers? Now you have the chance to set things right. Don't disappoint me. Let's hope your dad slights Papa on his face. Yeah, Dad, start. I mean, he took the courage to marry our mother. Why wouldn't he just stand up to an? It's no man, kick his ass. Father nods curtly, trying not to look in Mother's direction. Father, I wish to see Stephen. If I find your conduct in the Baroness's presence satisfactory enough, then you may see him. She's coming for a visit tomorrow. Be prepared. Grandfather wipes his mouth with a napkin, throws on a plate, and leaves. Mother's lips move silently. Nobody says a word. The father stands up and orders you and the other children back to your rooms. He needs to speak to Mother in private. God, Gregor, you're holding your boy. Trip him! Yes, end his life. Father comes to your room before bedtime. He sits on the edge of your bed and adjusts the crease in the woolen blanket. He distances himself from you after Stephen's departure, so you're not used to such attention from him. Suplex City! DTT the grandfather. Feed him multi beans. In the candlelight, you see his face in the dark. There's a sour expression on it. My son, Baroness Emma L. Londor, will be here, visiting us tomorrow. Be polite and treat her with respect. Nathan will do as you do. I want this dinner to be as immaculate as possible. Don't let me down. The next day, Mother starts dressing you and Nathan for the coming dinner. You see red all around her eyes. She's been crying for a long time. It hurts to look at her. Just to look at her. While Nathan starts whining quietly. You and Nathan are dressed in new doublets, your tousled hair brushed to shape. I'm sorry if I keep knocking against my mic here. And Gloria is told to stay in her room. Father appears wearing his best suit. Mother is in a humble brown dress, looking pale. Grandfather has an uncharacteristically contented look about him. You hear the sound of wheels and hooves against the cobbles in the yard, and a pair of dainty heels come clacking. Yeah, this is way too early for heels. Heels were not invented in this time. The antechamber is completely quiet and still, fearing Grandfather's observant eye. The door opens. You see your guest, a beautiful dark-haired woman in a dress of elegant blue. Father takes the hand of Lady L. Lodor and kisses it, showering her in compliments. Grandfather's face is beaming in her presence. No one bothers to introduce Mother. Baroness, allow me to introduce Robert's sons, Ori and Nathan Bronte. Frankly, it's his eldest, Stephen, who deserves the most attention. He's currently studying in Eterna with other young noblemen like himself. It's my hope that his younger sons will also make me proud one day. Grandfather's eyes you with a probing look. How will you act in front of the Baroness? Will you accept her next to your mother? As your father's... So our dad's not grateful, so we don't meet that. We have Unity to spare. Greeting her? I think maintaining your composure would be good. Because Unity will go down. I want to get our families. Because I don't give a shit about... Being here is a good option. Our reputation goes up, but our unity goes down. I want our family to stay together. And also, I love our mom. I don't want her to be sad. Maintain your composure. Because I want to do this one. But we don't have enough perception. And our dad's not grateful. Okay. I'm gonna... Oh, I'm gonna freak out real quick. There we go. It's gonna smile. There we go. Unity to spare. Okay. I love our mom. I love her very much. But I think if we try and play along for now, we will be able to do more advantageous stuff in the future. Oh, I feel so bad ruining her. I feel so mean. Our mom's been crying. Oh, I'm just gonna do it. Oh. You follow her father's example and kiss the Baroness's fingers gently. Her laughter fills the antechamber, ringing like chimes. You gallantly offer to lead her to the sitting room. Lady Elonder graciously agrees. Behind your back, you can hear Mother sobbing. Grandfather and Baroness Elonder engage in small talk over dinner. She tells them of the woes of litigation over a late husband's inheritance, and he advises her like the judge he is. Father's mostly silent, only getting in a word or two. You do your absolute best to behave yourself. After the decorous farewells to Lady Elonder, Father quietly thanks you for your model behavior. The morning after, he leaves to return with Grandfather to visit Stephen. Your mother spends almost an entire day in her bedroom. You cannot bring yourself to speak to her. Your father returns from the capital in a quiet rage. You overhear your parents talking. Apparently, Grandfather has always poisoned Stephen's mind against him, and he greeted Father with cold hostility. The name of Baroness Elonder is never mentioned in the house again. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mum. I feel so bad. It wasn't worth it. But Dad cares, okay. Fuck this guy. I'm only 6. Father now checks on your studies often and nitpicks for sitting or eating or speaking in incorrect fashion. Once he became so annoyed, he said he wishes Stephen had been the one to stay home instead of you. You never expected to hear these words from your father, of all people. Dad, I just put up with your bitchy grandfather, or your bitchy dad, and now you're being rude. Rude is all I have to say. Grandfather's trip to the capital took longer than expected. It feels lighter around the house without his presence. You allow yourself a little change of scenery. Instead of your room, you now busy yourself with reading and calculations in the sitting room across from the open door to the yard. Gloria has joined you today. She has already helped you progress through several complex passages in the book. Right now she seems preoccupied with a strange tube. I can't even be I was self-aware at 6. Yeah, same here. I think, my earliest memory is definitely, like playing with toys, but also like feeling nature, like feeling grass. I think that was one of my first memories. Are you hurt by the... Oh yes, there's grass on Ganymede, I want to clarify. Are you hurt by the way Grandfather treats you, you ask? Gloria just shrugs. Grandfather always says that they should get rid of me. I'm used to it now. He hurts you a lot worse because you're closer to him. I just have to stay out of his way, that's it. She shows you the strange tube she's been hiding all day. Look, it's a kaleidoscope. I got it as a gift. Do you want to see what's inside? Excited by the idea, you close the book and peer into the tiny hole on one end of the tube. Your eyes see a multitude of intricate patterns. Each turn of the tube reveals new web of interwoven colors. They mesmerize you. The kaleidoscope turns the fireplace into a cavalry made of flames. You're riding in front of the fiery horsemen, ready to face the enemy. Grandfather's face Grandfather's face emerges from the intersecting lines, and you swing the kaleidoscope like a sword, cutting it in half. Now you look at the blue sky through a window. The patterns are unending, secretive, calm, and peaceful, just like Father's smile before Grandfather's invasion. The deep blue gives way to a scattering of gold radiant warmth, like Mother's arms. This fleeting beauty too soon gives way to a hypnotic new pattern. Again and again, you see your family in these inconnecting figures as they come together and break apart. In the middle of the golden glow, you see Gloria's green eye, gazing at you observantly. Your sister left you a long time ago. The books are abandoned and time slips away or checked. But you're still too busy peering into the kaleidoscope. Order emerges from chaos before your eyes again, but you cannot preserve it no how you try. You are caught in an inner conflict. There's so much to be done with a kaleidoscope. Should you take it apart, or ask Gloria how it works, or keep enjoying the patterns it shows you? But you still have lessons today. Okay, this one seems a bit easier. I feel like if we took apart the kaleidoscope, it would upset our sister. I don't want to ruin it for her. Our willpower is going to go down either way. Let's focus on our studies for now. You put the kaleidoscope away and turn to studying the book. There's so much you have to discuss with Gloria. You cannot but wonder what things did you see there. But first, your lessons. When Father sees you working hard over a book, when Father walks in, he sees you hard at work over the book. He chuckles in approval and then spots the kaleidoscope on the table. He puts the toy to his eyes and freezes still for a moment. It takes him an effort to put it back down. He then praises you for being diligent and leaves. When today's section of the book is finished, you take the toy upstairs to your sister's room and tell her what you saw in it. Gloria smiles, knowing what you felt. I once saw a ballroom full of dancers. I watched it for over an hour. My hands even got sore. Damn, what that shit do? Damn. I feel like if you took any kind of as close as I get to drugs. Wasn't there opium around that time? What was the first drug? Let's learn that really quickly. I feel like we know that. First drug in history. Oh, alcohol. That's the first drug, wasn't it? Cannabis in China, from what I'm seeing here, we had Mesopotamia had opium. That makes sense. Cannabis in China, alcohol in Mesopotamia. They had opium, cannabis, and alcohol. Okay, I'm just gonna stop freaking out there. That makes sense, right? Okay, I'm gonna stream for about 15 more minutes, because it's getting quite late, and I want to be able to rest up and continue getting better, so I can continue to stream for much longer, especially for Saturday. But let's keep going. Grandfather visits are no longer a cause for fear and panic in the house. He's something you're used to, something nagging yet unordinary, like a splinter or stain on your trousers. The tension still remains, however. Sir Gregor's disdain for everyone in the house is so palpable it almost stings for real. Your lessons with the tutor are done for today. You're walking down the stairs when you spot Gloria peeping into the sitting room through a slightly open door. You sneak up on your sister and tap lightly on her shoulder. She is startled. Oh, it's you, Ori. Look, so Greg is eating something. Grandfather is sitting on the sofa, flipping through a book with one hand and reaching for a glass bowl with another now and then. Inside the bowl, you see canned fruit. A sweet confectionery forbidden to the common estate, like all sweet things. Yet Grandfather shows no pleasure as he keeps consuming the high-blown treats. The clock strikes 3. Grandfather rises from his seat, puts away the bowl on the shelf, and leaves for the yard. He always takes a walk in the city during this time. Gloria nudges you with her elbow and looks at the candy bowl when you look at her. The first emotion you feel is fear, next comes curiosity, and is stronger. Steven used to boast that candy fruit tastes incredible, and I have the perfect opportunity to try it. You try candied fruit. The sugar starts to melt as soon as it put on your tongue. It's so sweet. You've never eaten anything as good as that. You take the whole bowl off the shelf and give it to your sister. You take the fruit and bring it into her mouth, carefully like a rare treasure. There's a thumping on the stairs, footsteps accompanied by a knocking of a walking stick. You have no idea, but Grandfather is back. You quickly hide behind the sofa and pull Gloria to after you, but she is frozen in place with the wool in her hands. The door opens. Grandfather's menacing figure advances on Gloria. His hand seizes her arm. You squalid, ungrateful, low-born child. How dare you bite the hand that feeds you? You and your trollop of a mother would be sleeping in a ditch if it weren't for my spineless son. The sweet and pleasant things in life are for the noble estates, not for the likes of you. Do you forget your lot? His hand swings and hits Gloria on the cheek. She falls to the floor right next to where you are hidden. Her fingers glisten with warm milk and sugar that brought you here. Grandfather glances again, his walking stick ready, but then he sees you huddling behind the armchair. Please don't hurt him, said Bran. This is all my fault. He tried to stop me. You can already see the bruise on Gloria's cheek. This is only the beginning of her punishment. Gloria was caught red-handed. Unlike you can still avoid your punishment. What is it then, milksop? Did you try the sugar too? Or were you trying to stop this piece of ills? Stop this piece of filth, like she says. Mock him? Should we show him he's a little bitch? Or tell the truth? You know what? Fuck him. You jump up and try to shield Gloria. And then you start boasting in his face. Yes, you did eat the sugary treat, and it's very much the opposite of sweet. Good thing Gloria didn't have time to eat hers or would have disappointed her mouth too. Gloria clutches on in the moment. Yeah, humble this man. Yeah, sugar treats are for fat noble kids, but they're gross to us. We're just commoners. You continue her train of thought. Why, you simply got curious after Stephen started boasting about it. He told us these trees are so good you could eat them forever. But no, your brother lied. They were simply unbearable. But then again, what else would you expect from grandfather's darling Stephen? Get us out! Fuck him! Grandfather's face is red with rage. He strikes you both with his walking stick, blow for blow. You dare mock me. I will not let this stand. Know your place, and you foul, low-born scum. He keeps hitting you until you grow tired, and then he leaves you where you are, muttering in an impotent rage. Soon enough, Mother comes in to find the two of you on the floor, too afraid to move. She shakes her head in disappointment. You are badly hurt and covered in bruises, yet she still forces you to kneel and recite the precepts of the lot. How important it is to follow him. Gloria's face is bruised and swollen, but she gives you a weak smile. We got him so riled up. To come and has made an honorable noble feel helpless. Makes all the pain worth it. Isn't that right, brother? Your entire body hurts from the heavy blows, but deep inside, you're ecstatic. You stood with the grandfather today. This victory you will remember for the rest of your life. Yeah! Fuck him. Fuck him, man. And fuck him. Fuck Gregor. Absolutely. Fuck him. This event is the consequences of your previous actions. What? This event, Father's sword. Oh. Okay, it's a consequence of what we did before. Okay. When Father's not working long hours, you often see him spending long stretches of time in the backyard practicing his fencing. You're allowed to watch, but that is it. You are forbidden from touching the sword, let alone learning to fight with it. It's a new day today. Father has been busy in his studies since early morning. Mother took Gloria and Nathan to the shops. Your studies are done for today. The house is empty. You spot Father's sword hanging by the yard door. He must have left it there by accident after a training session. You are deliberate first, then grab the sword with resolve and run outside. At last you have a chance to see it up close. It is a small sword used for dueling, heavy and devoid of any ornamentation. You recall that it is made very specifically for him. The weapon is difficult to handle. Its heft makes the palm of your hand shake. As you get used to it, you try your best to imitate Father's feints. Your technique leaves much to be desired, but at least it's something. You imagine yourself fighting for the family's honor as the thin blade slices through the air. Ooh. But you swing too far back. The blade nicks your shoulder and cuts through your shirt, staining the fabric crimson. The sword falls to the ground with a dull clang. You try to apply pressure to the wound, but it makes it stop bleeding, but all it does is makes the blood flow faster. Ori, what are you doing here? The familiar voice hurts more than the cut of the sword. Father walks up to you briskly. His rugged arms rip off a length of cloth and bandage your shoulder. He squats by your side and pulls you into an awkward embrace. My son, why did you take the sword? You know you're not supposed to hold it. This is no toy. It's a weapon that you can take that can take lives. I know how you feel. I used to yearn for my father's dueling sword back when I was a lad. One day you might have the chance to earn the right to carry a weapon, but first you must have patient study and become a noble. When the day comes, I will be proud to teach you myself. You rarely spend time with father without someone else around. There's a paternal love in his voice, so much that even the cut on your shoulder barely hurts now. You say you should be glad to be convinced by what he says. But how can you forget your dream? How can you bend it just to earn father's approval? Is it right for him to ask so much of you? No, teach us how to fight. I want to swing swords. Your father's inquisitive look presses you for an answer. It takes some courage. It takes a long time for you to muster the courage to speak. You beg him to teach you how to fight, at least the very basics. It will certainly come in handy in your future. It will be your first step toward becoming a nobleman. Now it takes father a long time to respond. He's about to speak, but when you expect, he's about to speak, and you expect a refusal, but he says nothing. He draws a sharp breath again, but remains quiet. Then, finally, he offers you the sword. But remember this, Ori. You are not a warrior, not yet. You will study like this. You will study this like you study your lessons. He teaches you the first lesson right away. You learn to dodge attacks. There are several times where the tip of the blade cuts the air dangerously close to your nose. It is scary and difficult, but you manage it. From that day forth, father teaches you the foundations of sword fighting in great secret. You use your passion for tree climbing to explain the cuts you received during training, but soon you will learn to hold your own in a duel. But will you ever need this art in real life? Willpower exhausted. That's fine. Yeah! Oh, that was lovely. Okay, I think this might be the last one and then we'll end it here. We'll end after this one. Father and mother have been focused on Nathan and you since the early morning. Instead of breakfast, you are told to say your prayers, wash your hands and faces, and get dressed in plain white shirts. Today is the day of your sacrament. Mother, I want to go play in the yard. No playing in the yard. No playing today. You and Ori are big boys now. It's time for you to both have your first sacrament. No one can live without a lot. I don't want a lot. Be quiet and listen. You were born commoners, so you must accept a low-born lot before the twins. When you grow up, you will get the chance to earn a noble lot. Father, I don't remember this being part of the lessons. Father and mother take you to the carriage. Nathan is hungry. He starts whining. Grandfather's lost to get in the carriage. Its eyes are on you and your brother, looking on every fault. Soon the carriage moves along the streets of Azanet, slowly and solemnly. One more turn, and you see the colossal white building marked by two massive pillars. For the first time in your life, you're about to enter the Church of the Gods, the Twin Gods. You entered the gate and walked under the splendorous dome of the church. The church hall is divided into two halves. They are totally drastically different from each other. The floor on one side is rough and jagged and covered in dried brown spots, while the floor on the other is made of marble. I'm trying to look. I don't see that in the illustration. Church of the Twin comment. I wish. The commoners kneel on the jagged floor, and the well-dressed nobles and their families sit on the pews. Father and the grandfather leave you to sit on one of the nobles' pews. Mother walks to the rough stone of the commoner's side and gets down on her knees. You see her wince in pain, for the low-born estate shall shove her in the house of the faith. The church acolytes surround you and lead you to the altar, where you and the other children will take your sacrament this day. Before you stands a tall priest dressed in black, with a sword in one hand and a hefty whip in the other. Nathan's whining grows louder. He dislikes his place. He is scared. You remain quiet, but your stomach rolls in uneasy anticipation. The first child to take a sacrament is a jaunty little boy from a family of nobles. The priest extends a sword for him and writes the words of his lot. From this day forth he will fight and rule and pursue the arts, his mind now forever free from the throes of suffering. For now he belongs to the noble lot. The boy proudly touches the flat of the blade with his lips. Nathan is next to receive the sacrament. He suddenly snaps out of his fearful trance and tries to break free. The acolyte pulls him towards the altar and throws him on the jagged floor of the low-bound side. Sharp edges bite into Nathan's knees as he lands, spilling drops of blood around him. I don't wanna! Ori, why would they do this? Why would they want to whip me? What did I do? He's like 6, isn't he? He's very young. You try to break free and run to Nathan's side. You want to give him courage and protect him. The acolyte's grip on you is too firm. You feel utterly helpless. Your little brother has to face the world all by himself. The priest starts reciting the words of the lot as he swings the lash over Nathan's shoulders. From this day forth, Nathan, thou shalt endure and work and suffer. Thou shalt be ardent in thy labor and humble in obedience to thy rulers. And thou shalt cometh the first true suffering, which thou must accept with gratitude. The lash cracks. It strikes his right shoulder. It strikes his left shoulder. The blows are so powerful that Nathan falls to the floor. The priest tells him to rise. He has received his lot. Nathan gets on his feet and drags himself towards Mother, his knees torn and bloodied, his spirit broken. It's your turn. Your feet will not move. You can barely muster enough strength to walk to the altar. You get down on your knees and feel the sharp stones below. You're so sharp your clothing cannot protect you. Your skin begins to burn. The acolyte forces your head down and you feel the lash being drawn above you, ready to strike. Oh. The priest's words are for now. The priest's words are for you now. This is thy sacrament. Thou shalt work and endure and suffer. Thou art about to receive thy first true suffering by the sick lash. Does thou accept that law? Fuck, I wish I could do this so bad. I want to do this. I want to do this one. I need more willpower. Can I buy it? Fuck it. I stand up. The priest readies the lash. Before he can strike you, you raise your hand and stand up. There are cries of indignation among the churchgoers. The whip cracks. It strikes you on the shoulder, but you keep your head up. It strikes again, this time on your left shoulder, but you remain standing. No one intervenes. Even the priest is confused by the turn of events. He grits your teeth as he orders you to depart. You remain humble and obedient from this day forth, for you now belong to the common estate. You walk away from the altar, swaying. You can see things with surprising clarity now. You can barely feel the pain, even as blood runs down your back. A timid hand touches you. It is Nathan, his tearful face a mixture of confusion and awe. Mother takes your hand and leads you outside the church. Once you are outside, she scolds you for being insubordinate. Grandfather is the last to leave the church. His face is covered in red, angry blotches. There's a quiet fury in his voice as he sends something to Father, who remains quiet and miserable as you walk to the carriage. You defied a powerful will that day. There is a fear inside of you. You fear that this will one day destroy you. Fuck it. That's fine. We'll adapt. We'll get stronger. Well, childhood's end. The mark left in you by the sacrament takes a long, long time to heal. Mother says it's a reminder of your lot, suffering and sufferance, pain and patience. Laura shows you the mark of her lash, shows you the mark of the lash on her shoulder one day. It will never disappear. You are a commoner now. This is the lot you were born into. While Father keeps telling you to study hard so you may earn a different lot and become a noble of the mantle. You recall the past with a warm sadness, when Stephen still lived with you, or when he wrote for you for a time shortly after he left. Now he thinks it's beneath him to write to the commoners in his family. Mother didn't lock herself in the bedroom as often. This changed shortly after Nathan was born. And more importantly, he missed the time before the terrifying figure of your father was constantly looming over you. You learn the true power of the lot only after the head of the family's arrival. In Grandfather's eyes, no commoner deserves to be treated with kindness. Is it just him, or is it the way of the world? The very thought makes you queasy. You are older now, and what's more, you are an elder brother now. You have learned how to care about someone else, how to teach and protect. Soon you are a small boy no longer. As the days pass, your play gradually gives way to laborious study. Now your choices will decide your place in this bizarre, ruthless world of adulthood. Your childhood years are over. Wow. So we're determined and we're a little curious. We're strong. We died once. And yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to stop it there. But I think this was a very fun game. I'll probably finish it in my own time. But if you guys want to play it on your own and make your own choices, I think this is a really great game to like play through. It's like a hidden gem. I had a lot of fun. It reminds me a lot of Alter Ego, which I played a lot of. Alter Ego is kind of a similar game, but it's more, it's modern. It's like modern day. And, it's a lot more funny, and you can die in really weird ways. And this one's a bit more solemn and a bit more world building, which I like. I'm really excited. I normally wouldn't play these kind of games just on my own. So kind of just discovering it and using it for the stream was really nice. It was a nice and fine surprise. It's neat. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, if you have the time, it's called The Life and Suffering of Sir Brant. I think you could probably get by it much faster if you're not reading every single thing out loud like I am, but yeah. Now you've also seen some of the options, so maybe you can actually stand up to Gregor a little bit better than I did. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you again for joining in. I really appreciate it, and thank you for sticking around. The next stream's gonna be Saturday at around 3. I'll have my special guest then, and we'll be talking about medieval history, and we'll be playing Long Live the Queen, and maybe a run or two of Crusader Kings, because it's way too long to do like a full stream for both those games. And yeah, if you like stuff, definitely give it a follow. Twitter is in the bio, and I'd really love it if you had a wonderful night. I'm gonna go climb back into my incubation pod and hopefully heal up a bit more, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.